Holland. A very flat country, Holland is served by various slow means of transport. Here are some boats. Here are some trams. Here is a small boy. Here is a big girl. Everything conspired to make the drivers feel wanted. Unless the wind blows the sand off the dunes and in front of the air scoops, Zandvoort favors the turbos. But for any kind of car at all, long straights and sweet curves give the driver a chance to use the upper gears in the box and stretch his weary leg. Once again, the Renaults qualified firmly first and second. It was a pity that the actual race had to come along and spoil it all. As the Renaults got away, Pironi's Ferrari was right up behind them, and this time it was a car he'd practiced in. Prost was in front and Arnoux was behind him, but then Pironi got in between, which was not in the French script. For a while, Pironi had been Ferrari number 1 with no number 2, but in this race he was joined for the first time by Patrick Tambay, who had left Formula 1 in disgust, but come back again at the Commendatore's dulcet call. With Arnoux disposed of, it was just Pironi behind Prost. Then it was just Pironi in front of Prost. The Renaults dropped back, discouraged. Meanwhile, Rosberg came steaming up to chase Tambay. This wasn't in anybody's script, because the Williams is not a turbo car, but Rosberg was so fired up by being dubbed the Flying Finn that he was very hard to reason with. Piquet also had the legs of the Renaults, coming up behind them as fast as Pironi was going away in front of them. Piquet went very rapidly past Arnoux, which gave you the idea that the BMW engine might be even more powerful than the Renault. Pironi was still out in front, but there was a lot happening behind him. Arnoux's Renault had fallen ill. Not content with falling ill, it fell apart. Another case of a Renault going tricycle. It was a giant shunt that Arnoux was lucky to walk away from. The Renaults being linked as always in psychic sympathy like a loving couple, Prost's car grew melancholy and crept home. Rosberg chased Piquet. Alboreto mowed the lawn and rejoined the race in time to get in Piquet's way. Piquet almost lost second place trying to get past Alboreto. That done, Piquet, with the new big BMW engine that outruns Renault's and lasts longer too, kept going after Pironi, but there was no keeping Didier away from the champagne this time. Rosberg had to be content with third, but looked good in the points. Lauda was a mere fourth, and Watson, let down by his tyres, was seventh, although still number 1 in the championship, 1 point ahead of Pironi. But after 9 of the 16 races, Watson's lead had been almost eaten up, and Pironi looked all set for a turbo charge. Rosberg was third, but surely a rank outsider. Piquet was on the dais, but almost nowhere in the points. so his reign as champion must have felt a bit like Edward VIII as king. While the red